All right, so we've talked about people, pets, and possessions. Now let's talk about our property. So we have a property that really matters to us. Obviously, we're not going to put that in our backpack, right? So let me mention a few things that you're going to need to deal with in regards to your property. And this is going to be a relatively short video because there's frankly not a lot really for you to take. First is make sure you have, like I mentioned in a previous video, all the necessary paperwork, deeds, leases, etc., land usage, easements, whatever. Make sure that you have all that stuff. Make sure it is digitized and in 3 places. That's really important when it comes to land and regards to property. Make sure you actually have hard copies as well. Those are things that actually need to be placed, and especially with large tracts of property that you've purchased, you need to make sure that there is a copy stored in an attorney's office. When I have worked with large farmers and agriculture collectives where people own multiple farms, when there were disasters and documents were destroyed, we made sure there was always backups at lawyers' offices out of the area so that no matter what, those were always available, because there have been times where land has been in escrow, there's been a disaster documents were lost, and the transaction was threatened as a result. So I want to make sure that you are keeping those things in place. Now, when it comes to anything else with the property, things that you think may be important, for example, being able to turn off the gas, being able to turn off the electricity, these are things that you don't have to carry in your own personal backpack because they are large, heavy, and they can be difficult. But a lot of times, things around the house, you don't have to worry about it because you can simply turn a knob on it, but there's a lot of other things that are harder to turn off, and there's a reason for that. So for example, you don't want to turn off the natural gas coming into your home, because if you do that, only the gas company can turn it back on, and they're going to be extremely busy during a disaster. So there's a lot of tools and things that I don't recommend you take with you, but you do place into the backpack of your property. So if you have a specific tool that turns off certain things in your home, put that tool in the property's backpack. You don't have to carry it yourself. You shouldn't try to carry those things on your own. There's way too much, they're too heavy, and there's too many things that could be important that you could otherwise be putting into that backpack. So keep everything in there. It's as simple as that. But once again, like I've talked about everything else, make sure it has its own backpack, its own place, so it's easy to transport and you know where everything is organized. This is Disaster Patrick, and remember, prepare for a disaster and you'll never experience one.